Hey there, science fans. Today we're talking about something super cool: fuel cells for drones. You know how drones are powered by batteries? Well, fuel cells are like super-powered batteries that can make drones fly longer and farther. Fuel cells are like magic boxes. They take in fuel like hydrogen and air, and they make electricity. This electricity powers the drone's motors and keeps it flying high. And the best part? The only thing that comes out of a fuel cell is a little bit of water vapor. How cool is that? So how do fuel cells make electricity out of thin air? It all starts with the fuel like hydrogen. This fuel goes into the fuel cell and meets a special material called a catalyst. The catalyst helps break down the fuel into its tiniest parts, protons and electrons. Now, the protons want to go to the other side of the fuel cell where there's air waiting, but they can't just swim through the fuel cell like it's a pool. Instead, they travel through a special membrane. This membrane only lets protons through, not electrons. The electrons, on the other hand, have to take a detour. They travel through a wire, creating an electrical current. This current is what powers the drone's motors. Finally, the electrons meet up with the protons and the air on the other side, where they combine to form water. Let's take a peek inside a drone fuel cell. The most important part is the fuel cell stack. That's where the electricity is made. Think of it like the heart of the operation. Next, we have the fuel gas system. This system stores the fuel like hydrogen and delivers it to the fuel cell stack. It's like the fuel tank and fuel lines in a car. Then we have a potential sensor. This clever device keeps an eye on the electricity being made by the fuel cell. It's like a fuel gauge, telling us how much power we have left. And lastly, there's the controller. This is the brains of the operation, making sure everything runs smoothly. It's like the computer in your drone. Section 4. Uh-oh! Not enough fuel! Sometimes things don't go as planned. What happens if the fuel cell doesn't get enough fuel? Remember the protons and electrons that make electricity? Well, if there's not enough fuel, the protons can actually start flowing in the wrong direction. This is called reversal potential, and it's not good. It's like trying to make your car go backward by pushing it uphill. It just doesn't work very well and can even damage the fuel cell. Section 5. Keeping the power steady. Don't worry though, the fuel cell system is designed to prevent this from happening. Remember the controller we talked about earlier? It's always watching the potential sensor. If the controller senses that the fuel supply is low, it kicks into action. It tells the drone to land safely so the fuel cell doesn't get damaged. It's like a safety net for our fuel cell. Section 6. Fuel cells take flight. Fuel cells are a game changer for drones. They can make drones fly much longer than batteries can, which opens up all sorts of possibilities. Imagine drones delivering packages for hours, inspecting bridges for days, or even exploring other planets for weeks. And because fuel cells only produce water vapor, they're much better for the environment than gasoline-powered engines. So next time you see a drone flying high in the sky, remember the amazing science of fuel cells that's making it all possible. Keep on exploring, science fans.